downtown Sacramento. Golden One Center for Barnes on the front line as well. Westbrook and Sacramento will bring it across first. 3 games in a row off the elbow. Achua looks for DeRozan. Barnes has him smothered. Option B is Zach LaVine. He launches the 3, and that's good option B.
That's up B, and as you know, they're going to put a ton of pressure on DeMar DeRozan. They are familiar with his game.
0-0 lead. Second possession here. LaVine off the Renault screen. Pulls another 3.
On him and quickly. They basically start 2 point guards, do the Raptors, and so where Scotty Barnes has a size advantage on DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine can get things going, but you got to be real of their 3-point shooting.
In place of Grady Dick, Westbrook against Jamal Shed, a very physical point of attack defender. Here's Scotty Barnes, a mismatch for so many different defenders. Ingram, the master of the mid-range, knocks down his first pull.
Impressed right there, but you got to understand, a lot of the times when you're D'ing up Brandon Ingram, it's going to be better offense.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 of the best mid-range scorers in the game tonight, in DeRozan and Ingram. On the break, here's Quickly coming off the 40-piece last night against the Warriors. He lays that one in. The Raptors getting out in
last night against the Golden State Warriors and really didn't look back. And look at Shed, the amount of pressure he's putting on.
A little room service for Scotty Barnes. I talked about Shed's physical point of attack defense. Wasn't lying as Westbrook slow to get up.
Looks like
Shed, a tough defender, played at Houston for Kelvin Sampson. That's going to be an offensive foul against Renault. So Sacramento a little discombobulated, and Ingram doesn't shoot a lot of 3s, but laces that one.
Yeah, doesn't shoot a lot.
Sacramento down 9 quickly. This looks like the remix of the Raptors game last night against the Warriors. Here's Renault. DHO to DeRozan. Westbrook puts Shed on a flight and knocks it down.
And knocking it down, our coach from Oklahoma City, Darko, who had great things to say about him before the game. And talking to Russ, there is a lot of love there for those 2.
Here's Mamu, made his last 3. This one rattles out. Rebounded. Here's LaVine, got back tapped. Quickly on the break. His floater is pure.
And he had a big... The thing about him is he's going to score all over the floor. He can score at all 3 levels, and he is relentless in his pace.
On the wing, Westbrook against Shed. Not a lot of ball movement or player movement on that sequence for Sacramento.
And try to move the ball along.
DeRozan had it knocked away by Barnes. A tough shot comes off. 1 and done for Sacramento. Shed on the fly. Quickly for 3. Left it on the front rim, but retrieved by Mamu.
Another advantage to those early shots with a little offensive glass.
DeRozan up to LaVine. He drives it. Lays it off for Renault. No whistle, no charge, no damage.
A month or so to the Raptors.
Quickly. Got to the free throw line. Good help by Renault. Back cut by Mamu, and he lays it home. Offensively.
Well, they do a great job consistently throughout the lineups of moving without the ball. The cutting action is so important for their pace.
Here's Westbrook inside, couldn't find Renault. Another turnover for Sacramento, their 4th. Quickly, Achua. Precious runs it back. Westbrook at a notion, back to DeRozan. Spins, touches paint to Renault. Maxime with the left, and it comes off. Leaks out. It's Ingram on the move, and he couldn't convert.
A little too unselfish there by Shed.
Yeah.
He had the advantage.
Doug Christie wants to talk things over, get things squared away early with 7 minutes to go.
Gives a little bow, if you will.
That's what I do. Ingram, a little bit strong, rebounded by the Raptors twice, and looks like Abaji off the step-up screen by Renault. On the short action, LaVine driving baseline, got a little bit of reverse action.
So quick, he works really well along the baseline in his finishes.
Down to 6, just passing the midway point. Abaji out to Ingram. Had an ocean, good closeout by Precious. And that's going to be a foul against Zach LaVine on Quickly.
And Zach did not play, really trying to fly out to shooters, but it's about the multiple actions.
Brandon Ingram has that come off. Prior to the last 3 games, was scoring in double figures. He's used the self-checkout line.
You mentioned, you know, not scoring much the last couple, but the 2 before that, he was coming out being very, very aggressive.
That tipped up no good. Achulin surveying the court.
You also got to keep in mind he's playing against his former team, which did well against New York.
Little extra motivation. Westbrook way off the mark. Down court to Mamu, leaking out. Couldn't make the catch out of bounds. It'll be Sacramento ball. They dodged one right there. Nobody was back in transition.
I appreciate DeMar DeRozan's hustle, not giving up at that pace. So you cannot give up on plays.
Westbrook off the Dylan Cardwell screen. He just checked into the game. Levine likes that matchup. Couldn't convert the 3. Loose ball. Another chance. Westbrook with the pull. I'm surprised they've shot 7 already, Katie.
Yeah.
Ingram. And he draws the foul on the play. That's going to go against
the list. And Doug is doing it to accelerate his growth.
Right.
Putting him in that
learning curve that rookies have to ascend from night to night. Ingram knocks down the second free throw to make it a 6-point Raptor lead. Raptors coming off a win last night. They'll take on Portland in a couple of nights as part of their road trip. Here's Levine. Baji defending. Schroeder, one more. Clifford drives it inside. Got it.
Very nice move. Great ball movement by the Kings. I think they're really trying to make that defense work, and they got a great shot.
And Rajakovic calls a timeout for the Raptors. But Nick Clifford with decisive
for the game. He likes to play them together, but he also acknowledges that as the only 2 ball handlers, point guards that they have, that a little bit as well, but in a way where he can have them closing minutes on the floor together.
Schroeder out to Levine on the elbow action. Comes off the flare, guarded by Grady Dick. Levine on the bounce inside, punching it home, and set it with his chest.
They don't have a rim protector way down.
On the baseline, Grady Dick lost the handle. Levine got to the deck first, out of bounds. That's off of Achiuwa's
to throw it down.
That one rattles out by Barnes. Here's Nick Clifford. Has a field goal in the ball game already. Levine on the DHO from Cardwell. Clifford. Levine on the step back 3. Punch, dribble, pure.
Zach Levine, just like last night, getting it going. The Heat, he's got 10 here with 3. 8 in his 18th season. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Just quickly, working against Monk. Grady Dick on the pull-up from 15. Left it on the front. Did not score a field goal in that opening quarter. Only took 1 field goal attempt.
Yeah, they
but working his way to the office here.
A lot of pressure, and you can see how Barnes is shading completely over in his the waters and take away opportunities.
Kings with their largest lead of the ball game at 6 right now after that DeRozan hoop. Mamu on the baseline. Grady. Schroeder on the tween and the drive. Drew the hit from Mamu. We'll go to the free throw line for a couple of shots, but great hesitation.
He's been kind of quiet the last couple of games, but he has been so incredibly important to that second unit for Doug Christie, really running things, but I feel that second unit.
Mr. Stand on business. Don't say anything to him that might make him upset.
Affirmed, right?
Off the elbow. DeRozan on the DHO. Picked up by Scotty Barnes, who's so switchable. You talked about it, Katie. And now they double team DeRozan. Find Schroeder.
Trying to get the switch off of him, and they both win.
Catch and shoot 3 is short by Clifford. They'll get another chance. Schroeder on the show and go. Draws the hit. Buy one, get one free for Dennis Schroeder.
Got to pay attention to what this
for the Sacramento Kings. Just underway here in the second quarter. Last game of a 7-game homestand. Finds Barnes. Grady Dick scores the layup.
That's one of his superpowers. His tremendous job getting to the rim.
Obo ready to come into the game for Toronto. Schroeder, as Renault flips the screen, couldn't convert. And Renault switches on to quickly. Tried to turn the corner and couldn't. Barnes on the keep action, lays it home. And there's an example of his versatility. He very much is a poor man's Draymond Green in many ways.
Well, I mean, he handles the ball very well. Great decision maker.
Carmichael
Coming off the bench, and he's doing some things, isn't it?
Sure is. Renault with the big-time ball. Schroeder on the pistol action. Pulls a quick three. Quickly clear. Scotty Barnes starting to show a lot more leadership in this Raptors locker room, and with the roster, Mamu put his head down and draws the hit. He was a little bit out of control, but still got the benefit of the whistle.
Here, right?
Yes. Mamu is the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Not playing tonight.
Mamu goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line as Cardwell gets ready to come back.
He's sitting because this isn't a big lineup as in what Toronto puts out on the floor. So Doug can really rotate those three bigs through there, and Precious, Dillon, and Max.
DeRozan from the office. 1 of 3 from the field. Mamu taking it right at Renault and scores it. You know, Coach Evo, one of the assistant coaches from the Raptors, from a good, the bad, the ugly film, an old Clint Eastwood movie, encouraging Mamu to shoot a little bit more. And since that point, he hasn't been shy about pulling the trigger, which was the exact scene from the movie, if you've seen it. Of course, there's been no bloodshed, but Mamu is causing headaches amongst opponents since.
Well, he's shooting over 50% from the field and 38% from deep. So, yeah, I think most coaches would encourage similar shots.
And he pulls a quick one there, left it short. Gets it back, why not? 2 for a quarter. Goes 0 for 2.
And here's the big difference between 24 hours ago. Dennis Schroeder gets all the way to the clock in transition. Kings up 42-33 from outside. They ended the night 21-34, and that is what built them that 30-point lead against the Warriors.
They're not a great three-point shooting on the season team. Off that quickly miss inside, no good. And Kings up 9. Schroeder splits the double. Sprays it to Monk. Malik cut off on the baseline. Good help by Mamu. One more to a wide open Schroeder. Lines up the seams and could not. Mamu over to Grady Dick. That's usually automatic, as is that one. And Doug Christie calls timeout. Couldn't find Grady Dick in transition. And it allowed to be extremely exciting to watch with the growth of that sport.
Fangirling right now. Absolutely obsessed. All those years in the Olympics, especially.
Gold medals everywhere in her house. And Stanford Athletic Director John Donahoe also courtside tonight. Mamu back out top. Brandon Ingram unimpeded, knocks it home.
We look at he and DeMar in that respect is he's a great three-point shooter. On his career, over 36% from deep. It's not a big piece of his kind of offensive bag, but he can knock it down at a high rate.
Cardwell fouls. Shed has been all over Westbrook, and now Ingram switches on to Westbrook. Fades away, the tip no good. It comes out to Shed. Cross court. One more to Ingram. He drives it. It comes off the iron.
He's been rebounding night in and night out at a high level and doing a lot of the damage on the offensive end.
Levine draws the foul on Lobo. And Zach Levine will go to the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Job tonight of getting downhill, going to the rim, making them have to defend him off the bounce.
It's been a point of emphasis. Levine, the game's leading scorer for Sacramento with 11. Mamu from deep. Achua and Precious leading the break. Precious, strong move, couldn't make the shot. Ingram almost got back tapped. That low gather sprays it out to wing to Shed. Ingram rips through against Levine. Mamu gonna dial up another one. Well, knocks home his second three.
Certainly is listening to his coaches because he's of the season. Their starting lineup, I think, 9 consecutive games, it has been different. They don't have a ton of injuries comparatively to the rest of the league, but it has truly disrupted their starting unit.
Well, missing a big piece in R.J. Barrett right now, soon to come back. Westbrook on the show and go. The lefty leg.
Yeah.
Sacramento back up by 6. Yeah, Barrett.
Barrett's been put off.
Their record with him on the court is very successful.
Well, and Jakob Hurdle as well, big for them.
Here's Monk. Oh, man, he put Shed on the ground with a great move. Ingram had it knocked away. Shed back at the other end for 3. Achua with a big-time board.
Malik should touch the ball on this possession, yes?
He's activated. Levine goes quickly on the baseline. Drew the contact and the foul for Mobo. Look at this move by Malik Monk, folks.
So him to already have 2 trips here in the first half.
9 points now, 12 in 13 minutes. 10-point Sacramento lead.
And you want to, that's where the Kings have had some great success.
A lot of hockey assists for him, the assist that leads to the assist. And the pass that leads to the passes. Rosen guarded by Scotty. Barnes, and now switching on to Russell Westbrook. Shot clock down to 5. Got to activate and get busy here. Levine on the step back. Tipped up, and it comes to Shed. Hit ahead to Scotty Barnes on the move. Trying to slow
the impression that you're going to think about it the next time you see me coming at you, too.
Great point, baby. Knocks down the first. He has a habit going back to his days with the Seminoles at Florida State where at every team meal, he'll go around and hug. Yeah. Well, public shows of affection.
I like the PDA, yeah, exactly.
Great teammate. Westbrook from deep. Oh, laces the 3. He wants you to know where he made it. Quickly. Shed from the corner. That's the one hole in his game right now, his jumper. But Barnes retrieves the loose ball. Quickly back to Barnes. And a bucket.
And that rebound was there for the taking, but the ball, and that led to second chance points for the Raptors.
Westbrook this time passes on the 3. DeRozan. Westbrook lost it. Out to DeRozan. 7 on the shot clock, not for long. Shed will have a little room service at the other end.
And DeMar looks like he might have hurt his out here in the 3rd as well as taking care of the ball.
Mamu switches on to Westbrook. There's Levine. Inside Renault with great position over Ingram.
Nice deep seal. Baited.
Ingram. Boy, you love to see Levine chest that first dribble the way he did there. Barnes barely kept it in play out to Mamu with 9 on the clock. Shed on the wing against Achua. Touches paint and draws the foul. All Shed out of Houston going to the... He averages over 12 points per game in his starts this year to go along with almost 8 assists. These NBA sophomores in a...
As well.
You know, Katie, you might be the only basketball...
We'll see how long that lasts. There's a couple that I'm really worried about.
Here's Renault. Hands it off to DeRozan. Lost it. Let's call it a pass to Max. Here's the DeRozan distraction.
Very effective for them throughout the course of this game. And it's something that the Raptors have seen a lot, especially over the last month or so.
Scotty Barnes knocking down that. Barnes trying to find it and founding his offensive rhythm. He's up to 13 now. DeRozan trying to walk down quickly. They draw the double.
Gotten tonight, but most importantly, he hasn't forced anything. He is moving the ball, getting plays for others.
Been very selfless. Achua unimpeded for the 3.
He really has done such a great job here over the last month or so of knocking that open 3 down, which you know is a big in this league. It's almost a necessity now to be able to do that.
Shed hobbling to the sideline for the Raptors. Mamu touches paint over Renault, got it to go on glass. Tough shot. Good. There's Westbrook. DeRozan. A little bit strong, 1 and done. Scotty Barnes leading the break. Over to Quickly. Good defense by DeMar to stay in front. Mamu again laces another three. That's his third one.
Left on the shot clock, and Miami, who we saw last night, and Toronto are two of the teams in the top 5 in this league for scoring within the first 8 seconds of the offense. So it's really, really important to do your work early on the defensive end.
Westbrook fadeaway on the baseline. Achua kept it alive, tipped it up, and used some muscle in his hustle. Wow. Man, he got some springs.
You need to try to string together a few stops here and try and get some easy buckets in transition, because you had a double-digit lead. You do not want this Raptors team to continue to work into it and to take over.
Move by Scotty Barnes working from the nail. DeRozan matched up against Quickly here. Barnes looking to get to that left elbow, his sweet spot. Sprays it out to Levine. And that's going to be a foul against Scotty Barnes, a little overzealous.
And I like what they're doing. We saw it a little bit in the second. He's drawing 3 guys because both guys are coming to the elbow, and that's where they're going to get some opening looks for others.
Great point, Katie. Hard to double team from the middle of the floor. Levine sprays it out to Westbrook. He put Quickly on a flight, but it's after the shot clock. It's the subs coming into the ball game for Doug Christie. On the next whistle, a little bit, Cardwell and Nick Clifford. Barnes again bullying and burgeoning his way to the bucket.
Way too.
We are knotted at 73 with 6.5 to go. Westbrook with a quick step, missed the shot. Achua with yet another offensive rebound on the cleanup.
Keep doing the little things.
And Renault fouls him on the drive. And Quickly a little frustrated after the whistle.
He handles a lot of that nonsense very well for a rookie.
Hey, you can't punk Renault time, folks. Doug Christie doing a great job coaching up the rookie after that exchange. And we're tied at 75. Jennings.
I guess you could say they've had a fair amount of success.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Westbrook playing with his food, drives by Mobo, and that's going to be a goaltending call against the Raptors.
Asked the ones last night, and they said, yeah, it's a little bit weird. It feels a little, there's going to be an adjustment period, I guess.
Last time somebody wore a watch.
Got warrants.
Barnes out top. Just kidding, folks. Ingram inside. Draws the foul on Carter. Of course, they don't get a lot of the national spotlight. And now Ingram knocks down both offensively, Katie, but hasn't gotten many looks lately.
It's kind of the same story as it was 24 hours ago. 10 points in the first quarter last night and tonight. Not much since.
Made the right play. Quickly into the front court. Scotty Barnes with a good rim run. Knocked away nicely by
hands.
Clifford looking for Levine. Decisive drive, draws the foul.
And that also, you're going to see, is just a little bit of kind of time and experience.
Now retired. Former Kings coach Luke Laux now heading up the program. Westbrook, kind of like this matchup against Mamu. Ghost screen by Clifford. And nothing happening on that three. Cardwell looked like he was protecting his head.
Yes.
And tripped up Mobo in the process.
Carl Lane didn't see the whole that was an intentional tripping foul. The jersey over his mouth and had a couple words for him.
There you go. Abaji turns the corner on Monk. Elevate, got met with resistance. Cardwell with a great block. He was calling for the lob at the other end. Monk draws the foul. He got tripped.
That third quarter got them, and that's kind of been a common theme throughout the course of this year, is Grady Dick is going to get a foul called on him way too far away from the basket for most coaches. At 22 in that third quarter, and they had an advantage going in at the half. Now, can they rally back here on the second night of a back-to-back?
Nice lefty lay by Russell Westbrook to get it started. Brings it into the front court. An Owen drop. Monk gets back. 12 on the shot clock. Quickly on the cross. And he draws the hit on Monk. 2 free throws coming up for
rotating to try and work over the top of that screen action, and quickly rejects and gets downhill.
Knocks down the first, and now quick word from Jack in the box. Daniel quickly signing we're in the offseason, 5 years, $175 million.
Injuries, missed quite a bit of time, but my goodness, and this is his 43rd game this season, and he has been just consistently spectacular.
DeRozan on the bounce, lost his footing, blew a tire, and is tied up for a jump ball. Perusing the court. Raptors giving good nail help with DeRozan handling. Shot clock below 10. Levine with a great spin move.
He got through space to get all the way to the rim as Grady Dick takes it back in transition. Super quick.
Cross court to Reynaud. Show and go by Max. And he draws the hit. Good move by the rookie.
Fantastic decision making, and he's drawing a lot of attendable penetration for him. Now the foul, but my goodness, that was a little bit scary play for me. I like the awkward movement landings.
Watch him have a great conversation with Andrew Luck, who's courtside tonight, and Stanford athletic director as well. You know what that was about, right? It's like, hey, Max, we have this thing called NIL, and we Monk racing back on a sprint, elevates,
and he gets the defensive play on the opposite. Malik Monk, who had fallen out of the rotation and was registering DNP-CDs. Now he's back in the rotation.
He's been huge. DeRozan working against Mobo. We're going to try and walk him down. There's the 2-dribble spin left. Shed. Mamu lacerates the lane and draws the hit.
Got by Russell Westbrook. He
Immediacy. Hey, man, that's a lot of syllables.
It is a lot of. He will be a wealthy, wealthy man.
That's my guy at Seton Hall. Third Monk off the Reynaud screen. Westbrook with an open look. Quickly from 0 to 100 and the bucket. Timeout, Sacramento. Down by 15. And right now, stuck at 15 assists at the half. They've gotten stuck on 22 right now, falling off the pace a little bit here. Monk on the cross and spin. Grady Dick with good nail help makes the theft. Grady Dick all the way to the bucket, got it to go.
Wow, and they gave Malik from downtown. I'd love to see him get, because right now you're up against it.
The Raptors with another layup at their end. In the Eastern Conference, the resurgent Toronto Raptors. Let me say his full name after that one, okay?
Dig yourself out, but it has to be with intent going forward.
Westbrook, and that's going to be a goaltending call against Mamu. Barking out the defensive instructions quickly. Over to Mamu. Great anticipation. Russ with an education and elevation. Keep it going, Dylan. Westbrook working against quickly. Back out to Schroeder. He pulls the three. Got it.
And the threes have been hard to come by. That's all that matters.
An elbow for Ingram. Inside against Cardwell. Tough for Levine. Sacramento will go to the free throw line and one. Schroeder.
We saw a lot of that during this summer, didn't we? Say go right back at it.
Clifford. Shot clock at 8. They got plenty of time. Schroeder on the blow by, stops the clock. And
making things easy for Sacramento. Nearly crossed the 4-minute mark.
got to stay out of the chop shot. They can get it below double digits. Zach on the attack. Shed against Schroeder. Quickly on the wing. Levine's got him. Ingram flashing to the elbow. That's his spot. Barnes goes quickly, and Cardwell with another block, but a foul. Levine committing the foul underneath. I'm curious moving forward, Katie, as Barnes knocks down the first foul. With Cardwell stretching the floor vertically offensively and defensively giving rim protections, and it was truly, honestly, not his strength. That opens up some things for Sacramento. 10-point game. Barnes pulls the three. It's short. Westbrook almost got there. Loose ball. Clifford gets it. Out to Schroeder on the break, and he lays it home. 93 seconds to go. It's an 8-point game. Shed leading the 2-on-1 for the Raptors. Now we'll pull it back out. Rajakovic makes the call. They get it to Ingram against Clifford. Team him. Barnes on the short roll, and Abaji with the finish.
And that's what happens when you try to dump the basket, the space it provides if they get out of it.
Zach Levine raising up. And that's going to be Scotty Barnes' 6th foul if that's on him.
It is. We're the 4th best team record-wise in the Eastern Conference. It's not by mistake.
Barnes out to quickly. Unguarded three is pure. Running out on Sacramento. Westbrook. Schroeder. Back out to Levine, an open three. Overcooked that. Cardwell tried to chase. Shed over to quickly. Coming off the 40-piece last night, has 18 right now. 6 different Raptor players in double-digit scoring. Barnes flashing into the lane, fouled by Dennis Schroeder.
Well, and the Kings are going to close off their 7-game homestands, which is an absolute buzzsaw.
It is Cleveland.
Just tell you.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell and having a great year. Pistons #1 team in the East. The rematch against the Knicks, game in which Sacramento won in the East. And Darko, Rajakovic, and Westbrook getting reacquainted. They were together when Darko was an assistant coach at OKC. Sacramento Kings dropped this one 122-109. Raptors.